good morning everyone. So this is your science class and we are in the chapter 9, that is the organisms and their surroundings, right? So in my previous class I have started with a story that they are Paheli and Bhujo have visited many places, and from that we have got some information about the different places, right? Now today we will discuss about the different plants and animals that can be found in the different surroundings and their special features, what they have got for surviving in that particular area. Before that, we will just discuss about the different area where different type of plants, animals and other objects can be found. As we know that different animals, plants and other objects can be found in different surroundings. So different type of plants and animals can be found in different type of surroundings. So what are the different type of surroundings can be found? Now first if we consider the forest. In the forest what we will get? In the forest first we will get evergreen plants or evergreen tree. The soil will be somehow moist. Some rocks may be found, many trees can be found, and animals particularly tiger, lion, fox, cheetah, variety of birds can be found in the forest area. Okay, now you can say that what type of plants, animals and other objects can be found in the forest. You can write it down very easily. Now if I consider the mountain, if yes, right Sanchita. So now if I consider the mountain, in the mountain region what type of plants can be found? In the mountain region we can find pine, oak, fir, deodar. These type of plants can be found. Okay, snow can be found in the mountains. Okay, some animals like yak, goat, snow leopard, these type of animals can be found. So in the mountain region these are the some examples of plants and animals that can be found. Yes, good morning everyone. Now next if I consider the desert. In the desert area what can be found? In the desert area that it is covered with sand. As we know that in the desert area we will mainly sand. In that forest area what we have got? We have got the moist soil, but in the desert area what we will get? That sand, we will get sand. And different type of plants, particularly cactus type of plants. Cactus type of thorny plants can be found in the desert area. Why? To live in the hot sandy area, and they need to store water inside their body, that's why. Now if I consider the animals in the desert area, main animal is camel, and except camel some snakes, rats also can be found. Okay, and now if I consider the sea. Next, if I consider the sea, what we will get? In the sea, mainly it is there plenty of water, right? In the desert area, there is less water. In the sea area, there is plenty of water. And there we will get variety of fishes. There we will get variety of fishes and some seaweeds. Okay, and the water is some salty type of. Okay, because in the sea water salt is dissolved in the sea, that's why the water is salty. And mainly shark, dolphin, these type of animals can be found. Very good. So these are the different types of plants, animals and other objects that can be found in the different regions. Now if I consider that any other organisms can be found, that is that microorganisms, which I have explained in my previous class also, that around us microorganisms are present which can't be seen through naked eye. These can be seen with the help of the microscope. Okay, that's why their name is microorganism. Micro means very small. Okay, so microorganisms can be found. So these are the different types of plants, animals and other objects that can be found in the surrounding area. Now in your book there is a table. Table 9.1, they have asked to fill this part. So I have explained. So you have to write it down and your copy at your home. Okay, so that is your homework. Just fill that table in your copy. Okay, clear everyone? That one is your homework. That is table 9.1. Now, next we will discuss about the main two area we will consider. As we can see that there are different types of surroundings can be found, and they are having different types of animals, plants and other organisms. So here we will take only these two and try to compare between these two. Okay. So for what we have taken, desert and sea. Now in the sea, it is having saline water. So you have got a new term, that is saline water. What is the meaning of saline? Meaning of the saline is salty. Meaning of the saline is salty. So we can see that in the sea, plants and animals are surrounded by saline water, and saline means salty, right? And from where they are getting their oxygen, because every living organism need oxygen for their survival. So the organisms or the plants and animals which are living in the saline water, they are getting their oxygen from the water because the air is dissolved in the water. Or you can say that they are getting the oxygen from the water which is in dissolved condition. Clear? So the main criteria of that sea region is that they are living in the saline or salty water, and they are getting their oxygen which are present in dissolved condition in the water. Right? Now if I consider for the desert, we have seen that in the sea there is plenty of water. But in the desert, that is quite different from the sea, that there is very less amount of water is available. There is very less amount of water available. That's why. And why? Because in the desert area, in the daytime it is very hot, but in the night it is cold. Okay, the environment or atmosphere or climate in the desert is, it is very hot in the daytime and it is very cold at the night time in the desert. Okay, and the animals and plants of the desert live in the desert soil, and they are taking oxygen from the surrounding. They can get oxygen from the surrounding easily. So these are the main criteria in the desert area. Okay, so they are having some alternative features, right? If we compare the desert and sea, some alternative features can be found. So in the sea and the desert and very different surrounding, so we will find different kind of plants and animals in these two regions. Now first, if we consider the desert area, then we will get the main animal in the desert area is camel, right? That means 6O2 means 6 molecules of oxygen. Meaning of 6O2 means 6 molecules of oxygen. Now, so the main animal is in the desert area is camel. Okay. Now, camels are having some specific features to survive in the desert. How? As you know that camels are having quite long legs. All of you have seen the picture of camel, and I know many of you have drawn the picture of camel. So, if I consider that in the desert area what we will get, just imagine this one is the desert. Okay. Now, if an animal is having a small leg and that is the body portion, then what will happen? The heat in the daytime it is very hot, so the heat will move to that body part easily and the organism will be in trouble. But if the organism is having this type of long leg, what will happen? They can protect their main body from the heat of the desert. That's why camel is having long legs which help them to survive or to keep their bodies away from the heat of the sand. So, why the camels are having long legs? Because of keeping their bodies away from the heat of the sand. Okay, the distance is quite far, that's why by this they are keeping their bodies away from the heat of the sand. Okay, so that is the main criteria or main first property of camel. Next one is that they excrete very less amount of urine. Then what is excrete? What is the meaning of excrete? And here you will get to know another term, that is excretion. What is excretion? Excretion is the process by which mainly nitrogenous wastes can be released from the bodies. That means some unwanted wastes when can be released from the body, this process is called as excretion. Like in human we are excreting urea through our urine. Okay. So, the camels excrete very less amount of urine. They do not sweat. Their dung is very dry, and by this they can lose very little amount of water from their bodies. So, they have modified these to maintain their water balance inside the body, and they are not releasing huge amount of water from the body. So, that is the second criteria camels are having. Now, if I consider the third criteria of camels, that is they can live without taking water for many days. Okay, so they can survive for long without taking water. So, these are the some main features of camel which are helping them to survive in the desert area. Now, if I consider the sea, in the sea mainly fishes can be found, different type of fishes can be found, and how they are modified? The body of the fish, as you know that the body of the fish is this type of, and the shape is called as streamlined body. Okay, the fishes are having mainly the shape is called as streamlined. Okay, fishes are mainly having streamlined body. Why? Because so that they can move inside the water very easily. So, first property of that fishes are having streamlined body so that they can move inside the water very easily. This is the first criteria. Second criteria is that their body is covered with slippery type of scales, okay, which are protecting their bodies from the water. As they are living inside the water, they need some protection. These type of slippery scales are protecting them, okay, protecting their bodies. These scales protect the fish, okay. So, the scales are for protection. Now, they are having, and this also help them to easy movement throughout the water, for easy movement throughout the water. Now fishes are having another important criteria, that is they are having fins. Okay, many fins are present, and they have flat fins, tail fins, which help them to change in the direction. Fishes need to change their direction in the water, so with the help of that fins they can change the direction. And another important part, that is gills. Fishes are having gills. So gills are the special structures by which they can intake the dissolved oxygen. As you know that oxygen is in dissolved condition, so fishes need to have some special criteria to intake the oxygen from the water. So gills are present. For that purpose gills are present, and gills in the fishes help them to use oxygen which is dissolved in water, So these are the some important features which fishes are having. Now what we have seen, we have taken only 2 examples. We have seen different type of surroundings can be found, but here we have taken only just 2 examples from a very wide variety of animals and plants that live in the earth. So from that variety of plants and animals that are living in the earth, we have taken only 2 examples. And what we have got, that we have found that they have certain features to help them in the surrounding in which they are normally found. So they are normally found, that camels are normally found in the desert, fishes are normally found in the sea. So for living in that particular area, they have got some certain features to live in that particular area. And this property is called as adaptation. So here we have got another new term, that is adaptation. And to understand that adaptation, we have taken these 2 comparisons so that we can understand that part. So what is adaptation? The special features or the certain habitats of an animal or plant that help them to live in their surrounding. I am repeating that when an animal or plant is having a particular feature or some certain habitats which are helping them to live in the surrounding environment or in a particular environment, this feature is called as adaptation. So what is the definition of adaptation? I am writing on the board, the presence of specific features or certain habits which enable a plant or an animal to live in its surroundings is called adaptation. Example, camel in desert, fishes in the pond. Okay, so what is the definition? The presence of specific features or certain habits which enable a plant or an animal to live in its surrounding is called adaptation. Now you have to write any example. Just like that, the camels are adapted to survive in the desert. Another example, fishes are adapted to survive in the water. So that is adaptation. Now this adaptation may be of two types. Adaptation may be, yes, the presence of specific features or certain habits enable an organism to live. Yes, right. So adaptation is of mainly two types, that is temporary adaptation and permanent adaptation. Permanent adaptation means if any adaptations, if any changes or specific features can be inherited through the generation. Okay, that means in the long term, it is present in the long term basis. Like just imagine the example of camels. All the camels are genetically, they are inheriting the special features. Okay, so this type of adaptation is called as permanent adaptation, and another one is temporary adaptation, which can be found in short term basis. Okay, like a bird is adapted to live in the cage. Okay, so that is found in the temporary basis. So this type of adaptation is called as, that means which cannot be inherited genetically, this type of adaptation is called as temporary adaptation. So I am repeating, adaptation may be of two types, permanent adaptation and temporary adaptation. Permanent adaptation can be found throughout the generation and temporary adaptation can be found for the short term. Okay. So with that we can find that different animals are adapted to their surroundings in different ways. Their ways are also different to survive in the different environment. Okay. So today we are completing up to the adaptation part, and in my next class I will discuss about the different type of habitats. So up to that portion, have you any doubt? Okay students, so read that part at your home and I will ask question in my next class, and thank you everyone.